From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Thursday, January 19th, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Rapid City Police are investigating an armed robbery involving a pizza delivery driver. Police say the delivery driver was called to the 500 block of St. James Street for a delivery. As the driver was getting out of the car, an unknown male jumped in. After confronting the driver with a gun, the male took off in the car. It was found abandoned later on Kansas City Street. That man is described as being 30 to 40 years old with acne scars on his face. The South Dakota Senate is considering making medical marijuana more accessible. Amy Rose has the story.
South Dakota state senators want to make medical marijuana more accessible to those suffering from debilitating medical conditions. The Senate's Health and Human Services Committee voted 6-1 Wednesday morning to advance SB 1, which would modify the debilitating medical conditions for medical cannabis use. Amongst those conditions are glaucoma, multiple sclerosis, PTSD, and Crohn's disease. Rapid City Senator Julie Fry-Mueller was the lone no vote against the bill.
Also, the South Dakota Senate honored the South Dakota State University Jackrabbits football team yesterday afternoon. The Jacks beat rival North Dakota State University earlier this month for the FCS National Championship in Frisco, Texas. The team received a 2-minute standing ovation by senators and citizens in the gallery. Then various officials read from a resolution honoring the Jacks, many exclaiming, "Go Jacks," at the end of their section. The entire SDSU football team joined Coach John Stiegelmeier on the dais. Stiegelmeier said the Jacks won with teamwork and many South Dakota young men. Despite skepticism by some 20 years ago, he said the Division I experiment for SDSU and the University of South Dakota has been a success. In national and international news, the countdown toward a possible U.S. government default has begun, and friction between President Joe Biden and House Republicans is raising alarms about whether the U.S. can sidestep a potential economic crisis. The Treasury Department projects that the federal government on Thursday will reach its legal borrowing capacity. It's an artificially imposed cap that lawmakers have increased roughly 80 times since the 1960s. Markets so far remain calm as the government can temporarily rely on accounting tweaks to stay open. That means any threats to the economy are several months away. But this particular moment seems more fraught than past brushes with the debt limit. Meanwhile, President Biden is visiting storm-ravaged California. Amy Rose has more.
President Joe Biden is set to tour damaged areas of California and be briefed on recovery efforts in the wake of devastating storms that have hit the state in recent weeks. At least 20 people have died and destruction has been reported across 41 of California's 58 counties. On Thursday, the president will tour Santa Cruz County, accompanied by FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, Governor Gavin Newsom, and other state and local officials. Biden will also meet with business owners, first responders, and residents before delivering remarks. Hours ahead of the visit, Biden raised the level of federal assistance available through the major disaster declaration issued last week.
Now the latest on the war in Ukraine. Germany faces mounting pressure to supply battle tanks to Kyiv, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is airing frustration about not obtaining enough weaponry as Western allies confer on how to best support Ukraine nearly 11 months into Russia's invasion. Germany's new defense minister welcomed U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin to Berlin, declaring that German weapon systems delivered so far have proven their worth and that aid will continue in the future. He didn't, however, mention the Leopard 2 tanks that Ukraine has long sought. After the UK announced last week that it will send Challenger 2 tanks, Berlin has faced increasing pressure to supply battle tanks or at least clear the way for others to supply them, such as Poland. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Lots of sunshine today and a high of 43. Low tonight, 25. And that was your Daily Slice for Thursday, January 19th, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.